Good morning. I'm Edie Lambert, your Mistress of Ceremonies today with KCRA TV. It is my honor to welcome you to this 33rd Annual Caltrans Workers Memorial. And if I could ask you all to please stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I would like to thank Colonel Bill Tubbs, retired from the California State Guard, and that wonderful Caltrans choir. Weren't they fantastic? Jay Connerly, Annalene Myers, Tom O'Hare, and Joe Rouse. Also a thank you to Anthony Johnson, headquarters in the maintenance area superintendent, who provided the keyboard music for us this morning and will continue to do so. Again, I would love to welcome everyone to the 33rd Annual Caltrans Workers Memorial. At this time, we are starting acknowledging our sponsors. I am proud to say that includes my station, KCRA 3, the American Traffic Safety Services Association. They are national sponsors, and I hope everyone has a chance to see the memorial wall that's set up here behind me. Maybe come up after the program and get a closer look. Specifically, I'd like to thank Stacy Techner, she's the president and CEO, and Michael Sprouse with the California chapter, the president here locally, who's with us for this ceremony. The California Transportation Foundation, the California Chaplain Corps, Law Enforcement Chaplaincy, Flasher Barricade Association, Capitol Barricade, and the California Highway Patrol, including these wonderful officers and others who are with us here up at the Capitol. We thank you so much for being here. And of course, the California Highway Patrol is a wonderful partner to Caltrans every day of the year. So thank you for all of that work. Today we are honoring 191 fallen workers. This dates all the way back to 1921. I would quickly like to say that if there are any family members who we know traffic was crunchy today, if you are out there in the audience and you're worried things have started, don't. This is for you. Please join us. There are chairs for you. Join us at any time in this program, please. We would love to go through a quick list of the folks who are represented by family members today, but you can see there are so many others as well. Every one of these orange cones, of course, represents a human life lost, and we're really celebrating a legacy because all of these workers have created our state's vital infrastructure. It is something that we all appreciate. It's something that we all rely on, something we all use every single day. These are workers who have helped build, maintain, and operate our state's world-class infrastructure. Today sends a message that the people doing this important and sometimes dangerous work are precious and that they are loved. They are parents. They are brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and friends. It's also a powerful reminder to every driver in California to be careful, to follow the laws through construction zones. So we today and always offer our condolences to friends, families, and especially the families who are here, to those killed while doing their jobs, just out there doing their jobs. It's important work. I would also love the families to just take a minute to notice all of the cameras. That's just what you can see. There are also other reporters. This is being broadcast all over the state. You have people across the state who are sharing your grief and also the pride in the legacy that's been created by your loved ones. So on behalf of everyone who will be part of the ceremony, those you can see and those who will be seeing it on their televisions or reading about it in the newspaper, you have thanks from people across the state. I would specifically like to mention Donald L. Parker, 1971, from District 7. Perry Stilts, 1973, District 4. David Guillen, 1976, District 7. Roland Keller, 1983, District 10. Ann McCormick, 1987, District 3. Juan Thome, 1993, District 7. Thomas Ortega, 1995, District 8. Chet Hawkins, 2004, District 10. Daniel Broski, 2005, District 1. DeJuan Bush, 2007, District 4. Matthew White, 2007, District 3. Sean Baker, 2013, District 2. Joseph Robert Jones, 2013, District 2. Annette Brooks, 2017, District 3. And two families who are here for the first time. Quanda McGadney, 2022, District 4, and Ali Shabazz, 2022, District 6. We are also joined today by family members of Paul Inman, 2017, District 3. He's a former member of the original Honor Guard who died off-duty on his way to work when an errant vehicle crossed into his lane. And the City of Sacramento employees are here in honor of Tony Pontliana, 2006. I would now like to introduce Chaplain Mindy Russell. She's the Executive Director of the California Chaplain Corps, to give our invocation this morning.
Good morning. It is always an honor to lead you in a word of prayer. So if you would bow your heads with me. Almighty God, we thank you for this day to remember our fallen highway workers, and we reflect on the contribution of their lives in service to our state. This ceremony is our chance to collectively demonstrate our love and respect for these fallen workers, the most highly esteemed among us. It is our hope that our rituals and prayers and presence here will be a comfort to the families, the friends and co-workers who continue to serve on the line and on our streets. They did not lose their lives to death. Rather, they gave up their lives in service to others, and we honor each one of them. They have the greater reward. They gave up a lifetime of loving their family and community, and they gave up the chance to become revered old men or women in their senior years. They gave up their all. They have earned our respect and these honors. We ask you, Lord, to use our tender embraces to touch the hearts of every hurting worker's family. Heal the broken hearts with your soothing love through us. Provide your peace that the world cannot offer, and reassure them of glorious future with a certain hope in your eternal promises. May the legacy of their loved ones remain a treasure chest of loving memories for these families and friends all the days of their lives. And may these families take consolation in the assurance of a grateful state and from we, the people, who appreciate their service above self. Protect these workers in the performance of their duties each and every day. Help them remember they stand shoulder to shoulder with each and every one of us and those that have gone before. And thank you, Father, for this time together today. In your mighty and holy name we pray. Amen.
As the Caltrans Honor Guard moves closer and gets into position to join us for today's ceremony, I would love to explain the black cone that you see there in the middle of this square. I think all of you know that each of these orange cones represents a life lost, and it is stunning and breathtaking and very tragic to see the number of them. I think it's a very powerful demonstration of the sacrifices made by so many people when you see all those together. The black cone in the middle represents fallen workers, including all of the contractors and all of the partners who have been lost, not only in this region, but also and across our state, but also across our nation. So the names, and there is a name on each of the orange cones. If you're there in the back, I would urge you after this program to walk around and just take that in, take in each name and maybe honor each person. That intertwines the Caltrans family, certainly, but the black cone is a reminder that we are really a much bigger family. And there's a common thread that makes us family in a bigger context, and that is the highway worker occupation. That is whether on the state highways, the local roads, state employees, or contractors. Everyone is represented by that black cone. And I should mention there have been several contractor fatalities this year. Just in this region, maybe everyone send good wishes to a contractor who was injured just this week. I would now like to bring up Caltrans Director Tony Tavares to the podium.
One moment, please. Thank you. Apologize for that. Good morning, everyone. I am Tony Tavares, the Caltrans Director. I want to first say thank you, Edie, for being with us this morning as our Mistress of Ceremonies, a very demanding role to which you bring grace and sensitivity. Thank you. I want to thank many of our partners in transportation safety who are here with me on the dais today. Our administrator for the California Division of the Federal Highway Administration, Mr. Vince Mamano. Our Secretary for the California State Transportation Agency, Mr. Tokes Omashakin. The Commissioner for the California Highway Patrol, Mr. Sean Dury. The Director of the California Office of Traffic Safety, Ms. Barbara Rooney. The Chief Executive Officer of the California High-Speed Rail Authority, Mr. Brian Kelly. The Chief Executive Officer for the Associated General Contractors, Peter Tateshi. Representing the International Union of Operating Engineers, Mr. Darren Williams. President of the Professional Engineers in California Government, Mr. Mark Sheehan. I also wanted to make recognition and recognize the CTC, the California Transportation Commission, and their interim executive director, Tanisha Taylor. And our existing Caltrans deputy directors, district directors, and executive members from throughout the state of California. Together, we are working to make our roads and highways safe for every person that works and travels on them. And I'd like to also recognize the California Transportation Foundation and its chair, Ms. Carrie Bowen, for your generosity and leadership in supporting today's solemn proceedings, as the foundation has done for decades. Thank you for being a true Caltrans ally and a personal friend. As a former Caltrans district director, I know you bring experience and knowledge to the table. In addition, I'd like to recognize several other dignitaries with us today. We have some former Caltrans directors and chief deputy directors. I'd like to start with Mr. Will Kempton. Mr. Malcolm Dougherty. Mr. Tony Harris. Ms. Lori Berman. Mr. Kome Ajize, and Mr. Jim Davis. And I'd like to recognize we have a former Caltrans District 4 director with us, Mr. Bijan Sartipi. Thank you for being here. I've had the honor to work for every one of these individuals over my career, and I not only consider them a colleague, a mentor, but a personal friend. Thank you all for being here. Also want to take a moment to recognize there are hundreds of folks behind these tents. If you look back there on the lawn, the Sea of Orange, as was made known to us last year, that term Sea of Orange, all behind you, our Caltrans employees, many from our maintenance and construction teams, thank you for being here year after year, supporting and honoring our fallen brothers and sisters. Can we give them a hand? Today, we are especially grateful to the many family members of our fallen Caltrans workers who are with us this morning. And I know many of you have traveled very long distances to be here, and we are honored to have you here with us today. Thank you for your presence and your courage. I especially want to acknowledge the families of Quanda McGagney and Ali Shabazz, who suffered tragic losses this year. From all of us at Caltrans, our condolences for your loss. We'll also be recognizing and hearing from Ali's son, Abdul, later in this ceremony. Today, we are gathered in memory of your loved ones, our fellow workers and friends, and who will forever be part of our Caltrans family. Since 1921, 191 Caltrans workers have died on roadways while on the job. As a symbol of our pledge to always remember these men and women, each of the cones that you see here at the state capitol's west steps represents one of our fallen Caltrans colleagues. I have spent my entire professional career at Caltrans, so I understand personally and intimately the danger that our workers in the field face each and every day. This was tragically underscored after I was appointed Caltrans director by Governor Newsom last summer. The very next day, I was attending the funeral of our Caltrans worker who was killed on Interstate 80 near Vacaville. Quanda McGadney, a 51-year-old Caltrans maintenance landscape worker in District 4, our Bay Area district, was struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver while working in Solano County. A little over a month later, Ali Shabazz, a 48-year-old civil engineer in District 6, our Central Valley region, was killed while on duty in Fresno County. In September of last year, 4 contractor employees were hit by errant drivers. 2 of them died, and 2 others suffered severe, life-altering injuries. Earlier this month, another contractor employee was struck and killed near Stockton by a hit-and-run driver allegedly driving under the influence. And this week, just 2 days ago, along Interstate 80 in Solano County, another contractor employee was hit by a driver. This is unbelievable. Today, I plead to all of you here and to the public a call to action for everyone. Please slow down when approaching work zones or when you see flashing amber lights. Do not drive distracted. Put that phone down. That text message, that social media text can wait. And never, never, ever drive impaired or under the influence. Please, I ask everyone, I ask the public today, take this to heart. Our employees are human beings. They deserve to go home to their families each and every night. While this is my first memorial as the Caltrans director, I have attended many, far too many funerals and memorials for our fallen workers. In 2009, I was serving as a district director in Stockton when Donald Licklider was struck and killed by a driver near Lodi. It was my responsibility to go to his home and inform his family of his death and explain what happened. It was devastating for Donald's wife and teenage daughter that their loving husband and father would not be coming home. I remember his daughter in disbelief, accusing me of lying, assuring me that he would be returning home that evening, and I was completely wrong. Each of our fallen workers leaves behind family, friends, loved ones whose lives will never be the same. And no matter their area of expertise or in which district they worked, every one of these workers shared a devotion to our state, a commitment to serving and helping the people of California. They worked to make our roadways safe, safe for everyone. The fact is that the safety of our Caltrans workforce is inextricably bound up with the safety of every Californian. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on this road together. We recently received the 2022 statistics from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And again, it is very devastating to report that the number of fatalities on California roadways has once again increased. More than 4,400 people died on California's roadways last year. That is more than 12 people every single day. These were people with neighbors, friends, and families. Again, totally unacceptable. Life is precious, and when it comes to fatalities and serious injuries on our roadways, the only number that should be acceptable to any of us is 0. For that reason, Caltrans is working to ensure that by 2050, just 27 years from now, not a single person, whether a Caltrans worker or a member of the traveling public, will die or be seriously injured on our state highways. That's our goal, 0. Not a single Caltrans worker or traveler killed on California's roads. Will you applaud for that? When Secretary Omashakin spoke at last year's memorial, he emphasized that unfamiliar, unconventional goals are not the same as unreachable goals. To make that goal of 0 a reality, we are building and reimagining our transportation system using the safe systems approach in everything that we do. We'll be able to save lives because we are enhancing our transportation network for real people, understanding that humans like you and I, make mistakes, and humans are vulnerable to crashes. We also recognize and understand that safety is a shared responsibility, shared between the owner of the state transportation network and the user, the public, using the state transportation network. We all share that responsibility for safety. We must use all the tools at our disposal, using engineering and proven safety countermeasures to reduce fatalities, educating the public on work zone safety. And I hope many of you have seen our recent public service announcement campaign, The Kids of Caltrans, where there are children of our Caltrans employees pleading to the public to slow down when they see flashing lights. And we must enforce the safety laws to help drive down the current fatality numbers. We can do this together. The goal of 0 is achievable. Our tireless efforts to reach this goal will be a tribute to the fallen Caltrans workers we've gathered here today to honor. This memorial is an opportunity for us to remember, to mourn, celebrate, and heal, but also to vow to make California's state transportation network safe for all, so that one day soon, Caltrans will only need cones for its work zones and not to tally its fallen workers. To our 191 fallen brothers and sisters, thank you for your service. It is now my privilege and honor to introduce the Secretary of the California State Transportation Agency, Mr. Tokes Omashakin.
Good morning, everyone. And again, welcome to the 2023 Caltrans Workers Memorial. Thank you all for being here on this day of honor and remembrance of our fallen Caltrans workers. The tradition of the Caltrans Workers Memorial is rooted in service, sacrifice, and tragedy, which is why it's essential that we come here today to honor and remember as one. It's a significant day. It's an emotional day. Without question, the Workers' Memorial will always be Caltrans' most profound and important day of the year. This ceremony holds great meaning and always weighs heavily on our hearts. Many of you here today have attended this important observance for years, and for some of you, it's the first time. for each of you at the Capitol today, surrounded by the touching symbolism of these orange cones. Your presence makes a difference to all of us. And together today, we pay tribute to the 191 Caltrans workers we miss so dearly. Director Tavares did a great job, an excellent job of conveying just how much all 191 people that we've lost mean to us. We come here today for that. We are here on behalf of the 191 loved ones who were tragically taken from us while performing critical work, serving the people of California. We are here as part of teams who are working tirelessly for safe roads and improved policies. We are here to salute and hold in the highest esteem fallen workers many of us never had the privilege to meet. Today, we acknowledge the ultimate sacrifice. We are here to comfort family and friends and connect with those who also as well. And as the director mentioned, just 2 days ago, a hard-working contractor was struck in an active work zone and hospitalized with major injuries. We send out our most healing thoughts to him and caring and support to his family. We owe it to everyone working on our roads. We will not stop our impassioned focus on safety and protecting lives. By design, the four main things that we focus on, that we call our core four in transportation, has safety right at the top of it. Safety is our number one priority. Full stop. No safety innovation is too ambitious, and we don't pause for a second in our pursuit of new and better ways to keep our precious Caltrans family workers safe. Continued aggressive action is the only option to reach our goal of zero deaths by the year 2050. Again, I want to thank several former Caltrans leaders who are present today. Thank you all for being here. Chief Deputy Directors, current district directors, former district directors, the entire leadership, CalSTA leadership, thank you for being here. Thank you for the work that you're doing to keep California safer. Thank you to Director Tavares, Commissioner Dury, Director Rooney as well, for your support and consistency in our vital work to protect lives. Also want to recognize the fact that you see the CHP officers who are here, the wall of officers behind us that are on Commissioner Dury's team. They're a part of, sometimes, this tragedy as well. Within the next week, I will be speaking at the CHP memorial with Governor Newsom. So I want to thank our officers as well for being there. Please give the CHP officers a hand. As well, please give a hand to, as was coined last year, the Sea of Orange. Thank you for coining that term last year. Everybody in orange here, thank you. You and your teams are instrumental in your dedication to all people, and your continued push to achieve enduring safety is invaluable. We rely on you every day for your ongoing collaboration in the fight to reverse the unacceptable safety numbers we know all too well. Thank you to Governor Newsom for his commitment and unwavering support to keep Californians safe as well. Our values are in strong alignment as together we look out for our workers and their families. The parents, siblings, grandparents, cousins, co-workers, friends, and children. I had the opportunity to meet Kwanda Magadni's daughter, Nairobi, last year. is only 10 years old. And now I say to her again, Nairobi, your incredible mom will never be forgotten. She will always be treasured, a treasured part of our department. We know you miss her terribly. Please know that we continue to grieve with you. Anyone who had Kwanda in their life was blessed and better for it. To Ali Shabazz, his wife, Naya, and 8 children who are here today. These past 8 months have certainly been devastating. And the hurt we know you're experiencing is unimaginable. We hope that you find some comfort knowing that our memories of Ali are of the highest distinction. He will always be remembered by his motto, live to love and love to live. He embodied this in his daily life as he selflessly gave and gave and gave to others. Today is our chance to pay respects to our cherished Caltrans team members who are not with us today. To the loved ones of our fallen workers, we are here for you today and always. God bless you all. Thank you for being here.
Secretary Omakashin, thank you. Director Tavares, thank you as well, both for your words today and for your leadership. Thank you. I would now like to bring up the Honorable Lena Gonzalez, the Chair of the California Senate Transportation Committee.
Well, good morning, and it is my sincere honor to be with you all today, as mentioned, to honor the dear lost lives, those that built, maintained, and as mentioned, operated California's robust transportation system. And as public servants, we all have tough jobs. As a state senator, I do have to deal with complicated issues every day, as well as the occasional upset constituent, but nothing compares to your dedication in building the fourth largest economy's precious infrastructure. As the brave and hardworking women and men of Caltrans, CHP, contractors, your dedication and your family's dedication to California is admirable and appreciated every single day. Every day you get up early or late for work and are put in situations that I can only imagine can be physically and mentally nerve-wracking, next to some of our busiest highways and on some of our most dangerous roads, and again, in the fourth largest economy. But the work has to be done, and we have to ensure that we get to a Vision Zero. The public, our state, is counting on it. As Chair of Senate Transportation, as the daughter of a 30-year truck driver who, like you, worked so hard every single day, I deeply value keeping our workforce safe here in California, and it certainly is one of our top priorities in the California legislature. So when I hear about the loss of our brothers and sisters and friends in Caltrans from on-the-job accidents and traffic violence, I'm reminded that our work every single day in this building behind me is never done. Together, we have to keep up the fight for our California workforce, those who we've lost, and for all of you here today, as well as for the precious families. Those of us in the legislature will continue to work with you to make sure you have the safest workplace possible. To the families, friends, and colleagues of Kwanda McAdney and Ali Shabazz, and even the Guillen family back home in Long Beach, my deepest, deepest condolences to you on behalf of the California State Senate. And to all of our big Caltrans family, again, a sincere thank you, and know that you are greatly appreciated for the work you do every day. And best wishes to a very safe year ahead. And I want to thank my colleagues in transportation, and especially our newest director, who is just confirmed today in the State Senate, Tony Tavares, our Transportation Secretary, Omishakin, and to my colleague, Assemblymember Friedman, and to so many of you that every single day we will contribute to get to this Vision Zero, but know that we are always thinking about you. So thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Senator Gonzalez. And Senator Gonzalez's colleague in the Assembly is Laura Friedman. The Honorable Assemblymember Friedman is the chair of the California Assembly Transportation Committee.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to be able to be with all of you here today. I have the honor of chairing the Assembly Transportation Committee, and I very much think of my work through the lens of being the mom of a 9-year-old child. And I think every day about her safety just when she steps out of the house. And today when I join you again for this very somber and powerful event, I grieve with you through the lens of a mom imagining what your loss might feel like of your family member, your child, your neighbor, your relative, your coworker. This is one of the more difficult days that I experience every year in the Capitol. And I want to also speak briefly about the actual ceremony, because when I witnessed it for the first time a few years ago, I couldn't believe what a powerful ceremony this is. Because every one of those cones doesn't just represent the human being whose life was needlessly lost. It also serves as a reminder of what the actual cones on the highway represent when you see them, which is a human being working behind those cones, risking their life in the pursuit of public service. And no public servant should ever lose their life trying to keep the public safe. Now, thank you. Now, I applaud Caltrans and so many of you's work to increase safety for our workers, while you also increase safety for motorists and the general public. But even with that commitment of safety, we have seen traffic violence and deaths climbing across the state of California. Now, 60% of roadway work zone fatal occupationals, the workers were struck within that zone by a vehicle, even despite the laws that tell motorists to move over. But according to the National Highway Safety Council, over 42,000 Americans lost their lives to traffic violence in 2020. And 3,800 Californians lost their lives in that same year because of traffic collisions. Those numbers have been climbing steadily over the past 5 years, despite our commitment to safety. I think something is happening on the roads. I have just noticed this, and the statistics bear that out. People are driving faster. People are increasingly driving more distractedly. People are certainly, I believe, driving more aggressively and angrily. This reminder is so important, not just for today, but something that we all need to be intentional to bring home to our communities. Now, I've been taking pictures this morning to share on social media to show people this powerful reminder that the decisions they make to allow their frustrations to manifest in the way they drive, to pick up the phone, has real consequences to human beings who are trying to keep them safe. That those decisions in a split second can change the course of their own life and to a complete stranger's life who has family, whose life matters to a lot of people in their communities and will leave a huge hole behind if it's taken. That's something that I work on every single day, that I know Caltrans works on every single day, and your lives have been changed because of other people's ignoring of that work. I say no more. We need to all work together for safety. We need to drive in a way that leads to safety, and we need to demand that our neighbors also take that to heart every time they get behind the wheel. Today, I agree with you. I am so sorry for what you're going through, and I thank you again for your sacrifice and your service.
Assemblymember Friedman, thank you so much. And please help me welcome now the President of the Professional Engineers in California, Mark Sheehan.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Sheehan. I am the President of Professional Engineers in California Government. Our organization represents about 14,000 active and retired state engineers, architects, land surveyors, geologists, and related professionals. We serve Californians daily by solving real-world transportation infrastructure challenges. I am a senior transportation surveyor with the Office of Land Surveys within the Division of Right-of-Way and Land Surveys, and I've been with the department for over 30 years. Governor Newsom, Secretary Ameshakin, Director Tavares, honored guests, members of the legislature, and friends and family of our fallen workers. I am both saddened but honored to stand here before you today. I'm honored to have a small role in this incredible celebration of our fallen workers. I am saddened that today we add 2 more cones to this list of grim fallen workers. Landscape maintenance worker, Quanah McGadney, a mother with a daughter. State engineer, Ali Shabazz, Fresno State or Fresno Section member, longtime Fresno Section member, father, husband with 8 children. I still have trouble wrapping my head around that one. Today we gather here to honor and pay tribute to them and to the rest of the 189 fallen workers of Caltrans. We come together to remember them, to remember the incredible men and women who have given their lives in service to the state of California. We stand here today with the families of our fallen workers united in grief, but also in gratitude. We are grateful for the dedication and selflessness of our fallen workers. We honor their courage, their commitment to public service, for they have given their lives to enhance ours. And with events like the Fallen Worker Memorial, we will never forget. Never. We mourn their loss, but we also must celebrate their lives. We remember the joy that they brought to their friends and family. We remember the acts of kindness and compassion to their circle of friends. We will honor their legacy by continuing the work that they started. We will strive to make our roads and bridges and highways safer for everyone. We must also recognize the importance of safety in the workplace. Every day, our workers face countless risks, hazards, and it is our duty to ensure that they are provided the necessary training, equipment, and support to protect themselves while they do their jobs. We will work tirelessly to ensure that we continue to provide a safe and reliable transportation network that serves all people and respects this incredible environment we call home. We must also remember that behind every fallen worker, there is a family who is grieving, who has lost a loved one. So today and every day, we offer our sincere and deepest condolences We will never forget the sacrifices that your loved ones have made for our state and local communities. And we will continue to honor their legacy by striving to make our workplaces safer and by doing our very, very best to prevent such tragic events from ever happening again. At this time, I'd also like to express my gratitude to all the dedicated workers of the California Department of Transportation who continue to serve our state and local communities with pride, dedication, professionalism, and bravery. Know that your work is essential to providing a brighter future through a world-class transportation network. And in closing, to our fallen workers and their families, we say thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifice and dedication. You will always be remembered and honored. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mark. I would now like to introduce Laura Keller. She's the daughter of fallen worker Roland Keller, who we lost nearly 30 years ago.
Thank you, CHP, for all you do for us. And thank you to our honor guard. You're awesome. Roland, Vernon, Keller. Everyone called him Rolly. My brother and sister and I called him Dad. My daughter and nieces and nephews would have called him Grandpa. As a civil engineer, our dad started out in the field and was with Caltrans for over 25 years. He was proud to be part of the right-of-way engineering section of District 10 under the Department of Transportation. He was also a licensed surveyor. He helped engineer many roads that we all drive on to this day. In his later years, he would often yearn to be out in the field again and out from behind a desk. One such opportunity arose when one of his coworkers went on a week-long vacation. He jumped at the opportunity to be outdoors, working up in the foothills that had been part of his life for so many years. June 21st, 1983, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. A knock at the door changed our lives forever. Due to a safety event with a contracted company he was working with, his life was taken and he was gone. He was 52. Us kids were in our 20s and were devastated. We were comforted then and now by the Caltrans family. Our dad was at the top of his game. Kids raised, playing golf, getting to travel. He had plans for a fishing trip of a lifetime with his brother. Our dad was very creative. He gardened and built things. He was an avid fisherman and loved to backpack in the Sierra Nevada. He upholstered furniture and tied his own flies for fishing. He even made his own fishing poles. We remember him building a canoe from fiberglass, carefully shaping it to perfection. He made his own mummy bags for himself and my brother to go backpacking. There were down feathers everywhere. He was a baseball coach for many years and in a bowling league. Our yard was manicured with a goldfish pond he cemented in. He hunted pheasant and would bring them home to feather and roast. He would pull 3-foot salmon and plenty of trout out of the streams of the foothills, in which he would eventually be laid to rest. Our dad had a great sense of humor. Raised in the Midwest, he had an incredible work ethic and instilled his morals of honesty, integrity, and fairness in us kids. He served in the United States Air Force and the Marines from 1948 to 1952. He began his career with Caltrans in 1955. He would really like that his son and grandson have shared a similar career of maintaining our roadways. Indeed, not too long ago, his grandson and I were just driving along one day when he noticed a stop sign down on a cross street. I didn't even see it, but he was immediately on the phone to have someone come fix it. Lack of safety took my dad's life, but my nephew, being watchful and acting quickly on this safety issue, likely saved a life. As with any of us who have lost our loved ones, there will always be reminders and memories of them. Just a couple of years ago, one of our county workers was fixing a broken water pipe at my home. We got to talking, and as it turns out, he was raised in the area where my dad died. He told me he was just 17 and remembers driving through the construction site in which my dad's body lay. Our dad was not boastful, and he worked hard. He would be humbled and proud to know that his name lives on in this venue. Rolly has now been gone 40 years. To all of the families of our fallen workers, we know that there was no farewell words were spoken. There was no time to say goodbye. They were gone before we knew it, and only God knows why. Thank you, Carolyn, wherever you are. I haven't seen you yet today. But for the honor of speaking here today, because of your efforts, our loved ones' names live on. Having this day to pay tribute to our fallen workers is truly a blessing. Thank you to all our Caltrans workers and road workers in this sea of orange who go to work every day to keep our roads safe. In closing, I would like to recite this verse for my dad and for your loved ones. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound to have raised a soul like you. You who once were lost, but now you're found, were blind, but now you see. Thank you.
Laura, that was so pretty. Thank you. Just really lovely. And Rolly sounds awesome. I'm sorry for your loss. And I appreciate you bringing him to life for all of us. I can tell it's been a hard 40 years. Thank you. I would now like to bring up Caltrans employee Mark Balsey. Mark was actually hit by an errant driver in 2001.
Hello. My name is Mark Balsey. I'm a District 4 employee in the office in Oakland. I work in the safety office as a field safety branch manager. I started my career at Caltrans in 2000 as a landscape worker. I worked out at the Cupertino Landscape Yard. On January 19, 2001, started out the same as any other day. We had our crew meeting in the morning, getting our assignments to head out for the day. My coworkers and myself were working with a crew from the California Conservation Corps that day. We were working southbound Highway 280 near Page Mill and had put up our warning signs and cones for our shoulder closure for that day. We were out cutting weeds, cutting back overgrown trees and bushes along the shoulder, and clearing any guardrail that had overgrown weeds or brush, covering them to give motorists more shoulder access in the event they would have to pull over. On that morning, about 3 hours into our day, I was struck by an errant driver who was driving under the influence. I sustained multiple injuries. My left leg was severed at the scene. The back of my head had a deep gash. My right ring finger was broke. My left scapula was broken, had road rash and other injuries. I don't remember the accident itself. My first recollection was I was in the hospital. I believe I was in the CAT scan machine. I kept hearing that noise. I was laying on a table with nothing but a sheet on. My first thought was, what did I do last night? It was only when they asked me to sign some papers, I saw the bone poking out of my finger, out of my right ring finger, figuring something had to be up. I spent 2 months in the hospital. I underwent 13 surgeries on my leg and had one on my hand. But in those 2 months, I received a lot of support from Caltrans road crews from all over, from many different yards. I want to thank you for that. It meant a lot to me. Helped my spirits, keep my spirits up, and even to this day, I'm still asked how I'm doing. I was off work for 22 months, going through physical therapy and being fitted for a prosthetic. I returned back to work in November of 2002. Since the incident, Caltrans has come up with a movable barrier that they have called the Balsey beam, which I encourage gets used regularly, and any other safety procedure that you can use. Also introduced in our district was peer diffusion, which offers critical incident stress management for our employees. Although we gather here today to remember the fallen men and women who gave their lives in the line of duty, and we hope no other name is ever added. But to the men and women that go out there every day, every night, who answer that call at midnight, thank you. For you are the ones that keep the road safe for anyone who travels on our California highways. In closing, I want to remind all of you to pay close attention to your safety. Follow all your safety procedures, wear the proper safety equipment, and stay alert. Always be mindful of your surroundings and be aware of the traffic and the people around you. Be safe out there. Thank you.
Mark, thank you. A walking miracle, right? I mean, that's unbelievable. And I'm so sorry that you've gone through that. Thank you so much for being here. And it occurred to me what a great reminder that in addition to honoring all of those who we have lost, we also honor all like Mark who have been injured while just doing their job. It's a reminder it can be a very dangerous job. Thank you so much for being here. And again, today is so much about supporting families, so I'd like to bring Director Tavares back up and also Abdul Shabazz. And we have a scholarship presentation.
Well, it is my honor to recognize Abdul Shabazz with our California Transportation Foundation Fallen Workers Memorial Scholarship. I know Ali is looking down upon him right now with great pride. And so I'd like to give Abdul an opportunity to say a few words. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. I would like to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. Receiving a scholarship will give me access to opportunities that might otherwise be out of reach. It means a chance to learn, grow, and achieve. This scholarship is a gateway to success. It's the only way to afford a college education. With my dad and brother passing recently, things have been hard for me and my family financially. It can provide recognition and sense of accomplishments that can boost my self-esteem, confidence, motivation. The scholarship is a vital resource for me as I aspire to achieve my goals, my academic goals, and overcome financial barriers and create a successful future. The scholarship will motivate me to excel, pursue my dreams, and contribute positively to society. Thank you.
And again, Abdul, to you and your family, we are so sorry for your losses. I didn't realize plural. It's a lot to go through, but I hope you know that you have thousands of people cheering you on in these next steps. And we just wish you all the success, so much success. We are now ready for our ceremonial cone and wreath presentation featuring the Caltrans Honor Guard, our keyboardist, Anthony Johnson, our Amazing Grace soloist, Timothy Weeks of District 3, and Colonel Bill Tubbs, retired from the California State Guard.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis shall soon dissolve like snow. The sun forbear to shine, but God who called me here below will be forever mine. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun.
Chaplain Deborah Fontes with the Law Enforcement Chaplaincy Sacramento is here now with our benediction.
Would you please join me in a word of prayer? Thank you, gracious Father, for your presence with us today. As we leave from here, may your strength sustain us, restore us, and inspire us. Let us go in peace, hope, and love, and may your grace abound abundantly over us. May we rest in your comfort. In this we pray. Amen.
I want to thank everyone again for joining us for this ceremony. I would like to direct your attention. I don't know exactly which direction it is, but we have a damaged attenuator this way. And I plan to take a look at it. This is hopefully, obviously, a piece of equipment that was hit by an errant vehicle. I think it's important to see the damage in all levels, definitely, and there was a storyboard that goes with that to learn more about incidents. There was a memorial tree on the east side of the Capitol, so directly behind us. There is a rose and a plaque next to it. For all the family members here, there are honor guards who would love to escort you to that memorial if you'd like to see it. So we hope that you are able to do that. I would just love to say to our director, it's a wonderful goal by 2050 to have no fatalities, and they can't do it alone. So this is just a powerful reminder, and it's really not to the people here. We know. Boy, do we know. But again, we have media that's broadcasting this across the state, so I think it bears repeating to be aware of the work zones. When you see those amber flashing lights up ahead, either move over, or if you can't do that, slow down, or both. And all of the reminders to drive carefully and with this in mind, that there are precious people on our highways working hard to keep us safe, and it's our job to keep them safe as well. I would like to thank our workers. We see you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Families, we are so grateful to you. You have our profound gratitude. We share your sorrow, and all I can hope is that today gave you a sense that you are not alone. You are surrounded by support. And with that, I'd like to say thank you to everyone for coming.